unfamiliar way of learning for me, so I'm definitely not an expert, but that's kind of half the fun of it. In this video, I will just be sharing tips on how I'm adapting to this mode of learning, which if you want to, you can also implement into your own routines of online uni or school. My first tip is probably my biggest and most important one, and that is to create and stick to a routine each day. I found the easiest way to do this is to stick by your uni timetable that you would normally have. So in my case, all of my classes are either live at the normal time,
which focused on the somatic motor system,
or the recordings are put up before the scheduled time. So of course, if it's live, I'll just watch it at the allocated time and write my notes during it. But if it's a pre-recorded lecture or prac, then I'll complete it at the same time as my class would normally run. The only difference is that if my lecture is pre-recorded, then I'll set a timer for the actual length of the lecture, so usually about an hour. And this is just because I want to ensure that I'm being time efficient and completing it at the same pace as I normally would if I was actually going to the lecture. In order to do this, I would normally just leave the lecture at normal speed so I don't have to keep stopping and starting. Unless they really are going super slow, then I'll speed it up, but that's normally not the case. A really big benefit of following your uni timetable is that it ensures you stay on top of all the work for the relevant week, so you're not constantly playing catch up for the rest of semester.
We're going to learn how to classify the different blood vessels.
My next tip is all to do with finding a designated spot for study in your house. I'm really lucky and grateful that I have a nice study room area where there's a lot of natural light and space to study, as it really helps me to get in the zone of being productive. However, I know this is not the case for everyone, so here are a few things that you can consider when finding a place to study or work in your home. Firstly, an ideal place to study would be outside of your bedroom or just not on the bed or couch, because I find creating a clear boundary between work, sleep, and relaxing is really important for your own productivity and mental state. Another thing that is important is to sit in a place with good lighting. This can either be natural lighting through the window or somewhere with a table lamp or bright ceiling lights. You don't really want to be straining your eyes too much, and also if it's not well lit, sometimes it makes me sleepy. That's probably just me, but that's why I like to find a place with good lighting. Finally, in an ideal study space, you want to remove all distractions. For me at least, the biggest distractor is my phone. So I normally just put my phone in another room where I can't see it, because out of sight, out of mind. Or alternatively, you can use the app Forest, which is where you set a timer, it plants a tree, and then the tree will only grow if you don't go on other apps. But if you don't want to use an app or download this app, then you can always turn off your notifications and put your phone facing down. Because for me, if I see the notifications popping up, I have a habit of looking at them and then realize I've wasted like over an hour just scrolling and getting distracted. The third tip I have is to ensure that you keep in contact with your lecturers, tutors, or even friends doing the same subject. This way, if you have any questions about the content, assessments, or just even how the subjects run in general, then they can help you answer them. A really good way to do this is through the designated unit of study email, the Zoom chat boards, or even through discussion boards like Piazza or just on Canvas. Remember that just because you're not seeing them in person, that doesn't mean you have to lose all point of contact. Another thing that I've found really useful is to complete the large chunk of my work in the morning and afternoon and then stop working at nighttime. This gives me time to do whatever I want at night, whether that's FaceTime my friends, hang out with family, catch up on Netflix, or edit videos, stuff like that. I also find that I'm usually the most productive in the morning anyway, and this provides me with a good incentive to work hard throughout the morning so that I can relax at night. In relation to productivity, one tip that I have specifically for working at home is to get ready in the morning. Even though no one's really going to see you all day, I find that getting dressed into normal clothes and not just sitting around in my PJs all day helps me to get in the zone of working. And finally, the last tip that I have sort of goes full circle back to the beginning, and that is to make a rough plan of what you're going to do the night before. This includes writing a to-do list and also the times that you have classes or meetings scheduled. Personally, I keep a designated notebook to write this stuff down, as it helps me to sort of just dump all the information or things that I have on my mind onto paper, like a to-do list dump sort of thing. And then from this list of to-dos, it's also a good idea to assign your top 3 priorities for the day so you know what to tackle first or allocate more time to. You can do this process in the morning, however I like to do it the night before so that when I wake up I don't have to waste time thinking about what to do. And also if I have things that I need to finish from the day before, I'm more likely to remember it if I write it down whilst it's on my mind. And then also if you do it the night before, it's sort of like an impending thing in the morning that will get you out of bed because you know you have stuff to do and stuff scheduled in. And that, my friends, is everything for this video. These are my top 5 pieces of advice for surviving online learning and adapting to online study from home. I hope you found this video useful and can implement some of these into your own lives. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up as it really supports my channel. And also let me know in the comments which tip you want to try out or even the ones you're doing at the moment. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and if you're feeling extra nice, then please turn on the post notifications to be notified when I post next. And with that being said, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!